Welcome to Wayne's World Garage. Check this out. This is a gorgeous piece of cherry, and we're going to slab it, make it into slab wood for tabletops.
So this looks like our first priority, and it looks like a cherry log to me. Cherry stump. Not much of a log, that's for sure. Hopefully we can fit it between the knees, and they're looking for 2 1/4 inch slabs out of it. We'll see about that. Shouldn't be a big deal, but it's not. It is not the nicest looking log, but whatever. Somebody dropped it off, and we're happy to saw it up for them. So I think it's time to get cracking, guys.
All right, so check out these bits on our 56-inch saw. Hopefully they're in focus. Tom sharpened them last week when I cut that big white oak.
If you're watching this video and you like any of this stuff, do me a favor, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Frankly, we don't have enough people watching these videos, and I'm getting bored of doing them if only a couple hundred people watch them every time. Tell me what I can do better in the comments, please, and how to improve this channel. So, by the way, we've got Alan acting as our sawyer today. We've got Matt sitting down the other end supervising, Tim helping roll this little stick, and we've got me sitting around drinking coffee. Well, I don't drink coffee. Tom doing some unloading, and Bruce helping doing the unloading. I think that's about it. Anyway, it takes a big crew to do everything here. So this log looks pretty ugly. It's what John Clark, frickin' Jeep, would call a mail log. Why is it a mail log? It's got something hanging down on it. Alan's quick to notice, like, why is the carriage not going forward? Because there's little things sticking down, hitting the mandrel and everything else.
Fire in the hole!
We started getting out the chainsaw to chop off the bottom parts of this log, which were dragging on the mandrel. But Wayno came up with a more clever idea. We're just going to put this thing sideways and then use the circle saw to saw off this thing that's sticking out. Then we'll put it back up, and then we'll continue cutting slabs. What a brilliant idea. So what I'm doing here is I'm just double checking the width of these slabs. The guy wants 2¼ inches. That'd be 9¼ for you wood guys. And we're just making sure we're close to that. And we're spot on. So Alan will continue cutting slabs. One of the things you don't see is Bruce is doing the offloads. We'll show a picture of Bruce. That's critical because as you see, Alan just pushed this slab back. If he doesn't get rid of those offloads quickly before we send another piece of lumber down there, we risk the potential for a kickback. Kickback is really bad on a 100 horsepower saw with a 56-inch blade. We just don't want to see that today. That's all there is for today, folks. What you don't always see, though, is we spent a lot of time cleaning up the sawmill afterwards. We put some oil on the knees, and we're getting the big log back into place. To do this, the guys are going to strap down the carriage. Hopefully, we'll remember to take it off. Lastly, during this Memorial Day weekend, please pay honor and tribute to the souls who made the ultimate sacrifice for our nation. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Thanks for watching.